we're gonna do a weaving page today. You have the option to do 1 inch or 1/2 inch grid. And with the leftovers from the weaving, we'll use for a design on the opposite page. So when we're done with this, don't throw it away. I'll be creating the 1/2 inch grid and we'll talk you through that. And Katie's gonna be helping me today to do the 1 inch grid. And I'll talk you through that as well. So at this point, you can decide which one you wanna do. You'll need 2 tip-ins, which we have over here. You got yours too. You'll need a pencil. We're gonna use Sharpie today so that you can see the lines a little bit better, and you will need a ruler. First thing we're gonna do is draw the lines for the strips we're gonna cut completely apart. So I'll be doing the 1/2 inch, Katie's gonna do the 1 inch. Take one of your tip-ins and turn it sideways. So it'll look like this. And you'll be drawing your lines in this way. Do you have your example over there? Yep. And we're gonna do that first. So you're gonna take your ruler, make sure it's lined up to 0. It'll be a challenge, we're tight, but it's okay. Make sure it's lined up to 0, and then you'll mark either your 1/2 inch or your whole inch across the top. And it should be pretty close. These are hand cut, so it might be slightly off. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your ruler and we're just gonna slide it straight down. And I like to line mine up with the bottom of my paper. Some of your rulers will have a grid, you could do that too. Okay. And then do the same across the bottom. So I'm gonna do 1/2 inch, Katie will be doing 1 inch. It's a tongue twister. If you're not sure about your ruler, be sure to ask your neighbor and they can help you out. Then we're gonna connect the lines. So leave your paper the way it is. If you are right-handed, the easiest thing will be to start on the right-hand side, hold the ruler with your left and draw your lines with the right hand. I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna start over on the left-hand side. Be sure both marks are lined up before you draw your line. Okay, once you're done, we're gonna go ahead and turn your paper. And then we're gonna number the spaces. If you did the 1/2 inch, it'll be 18. If you did 1 inch, it will be 9. And then put your name at the bottom. And then that's how you do the one for the spaces. And we'll set that aside. Now we're gonna do the side that's gonna stay intact. So we'll have one strip across the top and then the rest will be up and down. And if you wanna take a look, this is the opposite of what you just did. So if you're drawing your lines and they look the same, you probably have your paper the wrong direction when we get going. So the first thing we're gonna do is turn your paper sideways and draw that first line just like you did on the previous paper, only we're only gonna do one of them. So if you did the 1/2 inch, you'll need to line up with 0, mark 1/2 inch. If you did the 1 inch, Make sure you're lined up to 0. And then you'll move your ruler straight down after you did that. Oh, I just marked the wrong thing. So mark 1/2 inch, ignore this one. And you'll move your ruler straight down. And I'm marking 1/2 inch down here as well. And then I'm going to connect that line because it'll look like this when I'm done. So I'll do this one. Ignore that. So this is my strip across the top. Then we're going to be putting in the lines that go up and down. So you can't just leave your paper sideways. For the 1/2 inch, you're going to mark every 1/2 inch all the way up. And I'm going to slide my ruler down and do the same thing. I'm going to do this one. So for the 1 inch one, we're going to split the difference because you'll notice that your paper is 7.5 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark 3/4 of an inch. If you're not sure where that is, check with your neighbor. Okay, if you can't find it, find the 1/2 point, whoops, and then the 1 inch, and it's the one right in the middle. Then you'll slide your ruler to 0 and mark every inch from there. That one. And you'll have to do the same thing at the bottom. Oh, sorry, you can turn your paper up. Oh, that's fine. Then you're going to slide your ruler down and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So Katie will be splitting the difference at 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to be marking every 1/2 inch. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. The bar across the top, you're going to draw the lines this way, and it should be going vertically. Your paper should be going vertically up and down. So what we're going to do is connect the lines. So just like we did before, if you're a lefty, having the ruler on your right side so I can draw in this way, and if you're right-handed, follow Katie. Okay, this works really well. Once you're done drawing the lines, you're going to put your name up in the space. And you're ready to move on to the Mod Podge and painting.